In this chapter, we're going to start looking at some common styles we use in our CSS. This will help us practice the syntax and familiarise ourselves with how CSS is affecting our HTML elements. Let's start by taking a look at how to add a border to an element with CSS. There are three properties: border style, border width, and border colour. The style is set with a specific value, things like solid, dotted, or dashed. The width takes a unit value. Before we go over our unit values in depth, let's just use pixels, which we write with just a number and px afterwards. This property determines how thick you want the border to be. The border colour property sets the colour of the border and takes a colour value. We'll look at different colour values in the next video. All of these properties together set a border around the whole element. If we want to set just one side, rather than all around our element, we amend the property with the side top, bottom, left or right. Let's try adding a border bottom to our header. This adds a dotted pink border to the bottom of the headers in our HTML. This may seem quite long-winded, especially if you have different borders on different sides of your element. It's a lot of CSS to write. In CSS, we have a concept called shorthand. It means some properties can be written in a shorter way. We can just write border instead of all these different things, like style and width, and put them in a space-separated list after the property. So for our article, instead of writing out all the different properties, we can just write the width, the style, and the colour. And it will give us exactly the same effect as all of the three properties we've written previously. We can do this with each side as well. Before we move on to look at more styles we can use on different elements, let's take a look at what we can use as a colour value.